Yeah, I'm Will with Cardboard Mint. We're going to be taking a look at children's games from ages 7 to 10 in this video. If you want to see my previous video on ages 3 to 6, take a look. I will give you the same warning as in that video, where do make sure that your children are ready for these games in terms of both safety and components and things. I know at this age group they're not likely to be eating things, but you want to pick games that are great for your children, with obviously the most important objective being just for them to have fun. They're not going to want to play super complicated games that they're just not ready for. Find things that they enjoy. Now, each of these 10 games will be games that my family has loved at these ages. They are now older, of course, but they have loved these games and in fact still love many of these games. I also made sure that each game on this list is also currently available for purchase in most major board game sales places. So you can go and find them for your family. And they're also relatively quick and easy to teach. So you'd even use them as welcoming games for friends and family, and even just playing for fun as quick filler games. So first game I'm going to recommend is, I don't currently have on me right now because my son has it in his room and he's asleep. And that is Hey, That's My Fish. A very simple, almost abstract style game where you are little penguins running around an ice floe, essentially knocking off pieces of the ice floe and collecting points and trying to cut everybody off. So you are the last penguins remaining on the largest ice floe and collecting the most amount of fish. Very quick and easy to set up, lots of fun. The rules are incredibly simple and works at a lot of variety of age groups. And then we have Stuffed Fables. Now this game is more of a storybook style game where there are a number of chapters where each chapter takes probably between 1 and 3 hours, depending on how much you discuss with your children and how quickly they play. And in this game, you are taking the titled Stuffies characters, or the Stuffies, stuffed toys, who are essentially coming alive at night to protect the young girl from a dream world who is kind of scaring her a little bit in her sleep. It is a very charming story, as well as through one session you will play multiple pages in a giant spiral-bound book, where each page may have a map where your characters are moving around on, or may have other activities and things to do. And just the design, the color is brilliant. The dice rolling is fun with just a little bit of randomness and some mitigation that children don't get too frustrated. There's some pretty good seat of your pants moments where you feel like you might almost lose, but you just barely escape and survive. And even and there's also a little bit of branching storylines too, where depending on the choices you make, you might see things in different orders or progress through the world slightly differently. So my kids and I have played through the entire campaign, and then we pass the game along to other people to play and enjoy. But I do believe there is a expansion that has recently come out that adds more content if you're looking for that too. Next we have Qwirkle. This is the travel size version, which I do recommend because it is significantly cheaper than the full size, and it comes in a nice little bag, and really the pieces are still quite manageable. This is essentially like Scrabble without the words. So again, great for children, especially if their spelling is not quite as evolved yet. You are trying to build sets of colors or shape types on a very much like a Scrabble-like play area, but without a board. So you can kind of free-form it and build it as you see fit. Next, we have Sushi Go. This is a very simple drafting card game where you are trying to collect different combinations of cards to score points. It is very cute little pictures, very simple to teach. There's not a whole lot of rules or different combinations to worry about, and it's still an excellent, fun game. Next one I have to recommend is Forbidden Island. Forbidden Island is a cooperative style game where you are racing to find and collect 4 lost artifacts that are on this island that are slowly sinking. This one is slightly more complicated. You'll probably want to run it yourself, but the turn-to-turn play can be definitely handled by children of this age, and even the more advanced ones may even be able to run it themselves for their friends. It's lots of fun. There's a fair amount of variability. If you look at the different island layouts, that can increase difficulty, and it's a lot of fun. And the games are not incredibly difficult either, so they're not going to feel like they're constantly losing, but not so easy that it's not fun or exciting. Next is King of Tokyo. I do recommend the original King of Tokyo or the new printing of the original because it's simple. You can choose to use or not use the cards, but the cards are not so difficult that children wouldn't be able to understand. And at this age, they should be able to at least read fairly well at this point, and certainly read enough to handle the cards themselves without you having to constantly explain everything. And the combat is very fun, it's quick. There's a couple different paths to victory, either through points or for just knocking everybody out. And if your child likes games where they're just going full aggro and attacking each other, then this works very well. And I definitely have one of those kids at home who loves nothing more than just knocking everybody else out. Then we have Telestrations. So I do recommend waiting until your kids are at least in this age group before playing, because they will need to write words down on the sheets. And of course, picture drawing skills are not necessary. You do not have to be good at drawing. In fact, they're probably better drawing than some adults are, since they do it at school every day. And this game is just a riot. I've played this with all kinds of age groups, and it has always been so much fun, even with just a group of adults or with a group of kids. We've played it with my scout group, or at that time they were in one of the younger age groups, and it was always just so much fun to play. Next, we have Scotland Yard. You can also find this game under the title Mr. X or New York Chase. And in it, this is a hidden movement game where one player is the secret Mr. X, is running around the board, and everyone else are police officers or detectives trying to find him and catch him. But even though he is technically present on the board, he does not actually have a piece on the board. Mr. X is secretly writing down his movements on a hidden sheet and is only revealing himself at certain times. But you can track where he moves based on the routes he takes. So if he takes, a bus, then he'll leave a bus ticket behind on his little board. Or if he takes a train, then he'll leave a train ticket. And you'll be able to then figure out where he's going, or at least narrow it down based on those things. It can be a lot of fun. It is easy enough to learn and to play that even this age group can handle being Mr. X and have that excitement of being chased by everybody. And it does play up to 6 players too, so it can work quite well with groups. Next, we have Survive. Now, this is the newer edition, but this game has been around since the 80s. And again, why it works with children is because it can be very quick and easy to learn and to play. You flip over a tile, you move your guys, you flip over a tile, and you roll a die, and that's it. Very simple. You're just trying to escape the island, but it's a total free-for-all. As long as your children, of course, I will say, should be comfortable with more aggressive games. This is probably the most aggressive game on the list. If they don't mind losing some of their little workers to sharks and sea dragons, then this is a very easy recommend. It's a fairly quick game, and it's always just been a riot. Of course, go into it with an easy emphasis. You gotta be easygoing in this game, because you are gonna lose some pieces, and you're gonna forget which of your pieces are the most valuable. and that's fine. Just have fun with it. Don't worry about losing. Enjoy the game. You know, my youngest, when he first played this game, was a little upset about losing his guys, but then he started asking to play it again and again, and now he loves it, and he just wants nothing more than to take that shark and move it right into a bunch of your people swimming to safety and eat them all. So pretty wild, lots of fun. And finally, we have Santorini. And if you like, you can take a look at a video of my youngest Danny and I playing a game of Santorini on my channel, and this is his favorite game of all time. You could play this with younger children just by playing the base standard rules, but it really shines once you start bringing in the different god powers, where everybody has a unique power to them that lets them do something special or unique. And the different matchups, the different combinations of powers versus powers really makes every game different and fun and exciting. And of course, the basic rules are just very simple to learn. You may even be able to play it at younger age groups if you can explain some of the god rules to them and maybe not pick the harder god rules to understand. And it is just an absolutely beautiful production as well, with the nice white plastic buildings and the blue towers. Again, check out my video if you want to see that. So that is it for my age 7 to 10 recommendations. I hope some of these enter your family's collection and you guys just have an absolute blast with them, just like I did. If you like, take a look at my recommendations for the younger 3 to 6 age group or for the 11 plus family games age group. Please like and subscribe and let me know what games you play with your children at this age group. And thanks for watching.